learned something very disturbing today, and I don't think I should keep quiet for any longer, because we don't seem to think that most things don't affect us, but it does. It does, because I have always believed, and I think scriptures have demonstrated that there are only two spirits in this world: the spirit of God or the spirit of the world, which is actually dominated and controlled by Satan. So if we do not have the spirit of God, we will have the spirit of the world in us, which is ruled by Satan. And Satan's only purpose is to lie, to cheat, to destroy. There's nothing good in it. It will, whatever it touches, will destroy. And in Ephesians we read, we're not fighting against flesh and blood, but against principalities, and they're powerful. And what I was going through YouTube today, reading about the dysphoria, gender dysphoria. What is gender dysphoria? That your biological sex is not what determines you. That, we know in science, at conception, you become a male or female depending on the chromosomes, and that's what you were born in. If you look down between your legs, that's your sex, that's your gender. But in today's world, it's upside down, and people can say, a little girl or a boy can say, I think I'm born of the wrong sex, I should be the other gender. And when we read of Hollywood stars, they're adults when they go through a sex change, transition or whatever. They're adults, and it doesn't seem to worry us at all. But then a whole industry has grown up around it, that they're getting high school kids to identify themselves as such. Dysphoria, gender dysphoria, and now even kids as young as 4 or 5, because they say it's easier before they turn puberty to change their gender. It's like, this is radical. And you may see that it doesn't affect us. It does affect us, because we have a whole world that is being turned upside down. Years ago, we lament when our little girls dressed like Britney Spears, short crop tank tops and little skirts and dancing and twirling, and we understood what it meant. It's the sexualization of our young girls, and what do we turn them into? And now there is a whole nother industry. It's irrelevant of gender. It's not little girls, it's little boys now. And it's happening promoted by doctors who recommends it. In Children's Hospital, there is this doctor at Children's Hospital in Los Angeles called Joanna Olson Kennedy who recommends this, and she has a whole industry there. She says no big deal for young girls to come in and have bilateral mastectomy to flatten out their chest so they can transition into a boy. And we have an ad by Gillette of a young, she was a girl. She took massive male hormones. Now she's growing hair and she's shaving for the first time. And her dad said, don't worry, you get used to it. And she's shaving and crying. It's like, if we do not have the Spirit of God, we will just read this story as another entertainment piece. But the more I went into it, the more I read, it's so sickening. It makes me sick. How far will you let this go? How far will you let our children be brutalized like this? We need to be on our knees praying. I was praying, but I said, I got to stop and do this piece first before I get back to praying. If you have not prayed, you are not doing your duty. If you're not aware of what's going on, you are sinning against God. It's terrifying. It's sickening. I had I had a simple mastectomy, just one breast taken off. To me, I think it's brutal and barbaric. Well, it was treatment for cancer, but to have young girls go through it, I can't even have the words to express my outrage and my indignation, and to have young boys wanting their wanting to be castrated, I also learned that if you go to a doctor and said, I want my right leg taken off, it's illegal. He can't do it to remove a functioning body part. But if you, as young as a little girl, goes into the doctor and said, I think I should be male, I want my breasts removed, the doctor cannot say no to you. The doctor must take your lead. Similarly with a little boy, if he goes in and said, I want to be castrated, the doctor cannot say anything. The doctor, again, here must follow the patient's lead in such matters. And you can see, where is this coming from? Except from the world. What is the world? Satan. Satan in scripture says is like a roaring lion seeking whom he may devour. He is equal opportunity. He doesn't care. His whole purpose is hate. His whole agenda in life is to kill, to steal, and to destroy. And in its wake is a lot of lost lives. See, the thing with this thing is they take massive amounts of hormones for the rest of their life. If you're a girl and you want to transition to a male, you take massive amounts of testosterone, not seen by, not taken by ordinary people, not even produced by ordinary male. And the reverse is true of females. We women don't even want to take female hormones. But yet, if you want to transition from a male to a female, you take massive estrogen for the rest of your life. The amount that's not seen in ordinary people. It's, all I can say is demonic. We need to be really on our, that's another thing to pray about this time. Not just peace in the world, not just for people to convert to Christianity. Christianity is the only right way to stop this insanity. It's not just insanity, it's evil. Evil, evil, evil. It's very distressing. When, like I said, you hear stories of adults transitioning, well, they're adults, they know what they're doing. But when you get down to the children, especially prepubescent, how confusing that is for a child. I remember going through puberty. It was confusing. I wanted to die. I said, why do I feel such pains and such confusion? If I'm dead, it'll be easier. Or if I'm crazy, it'll be easier. And yet, at that time, you get preyed upon. It's unthinkable. It's unthinkable. Please add another prayer to your list. Thanks.